Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Broadcasting live from Strong Island Studios in Massapequa, New York.
You're listening to Man Up
with Eric Holzman and Matt Wieman.
Well. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to Man Up. My partner in crime is apparently better.
I've survived.
Yes, whatever disease he had, or
The black, easy. Don't want anyone getting any negative ideas. No, it was. There was much debate, but it was. I think it was the flu. My girlfriend says otherwise, but either way, it was rough. And yeah, I'm here and I'm alive. So.
All right, good. So we're finally getting this second show under our belts.
There you go.
So what you been doing since I last saw you?
This weekend it was a big weekend. Mm-hmm. It was my girlfriend's. I'll say 29th, but it was actually her 30th. I promised her I would say that. But
yeah.
But either way,
30.
Yeah, 30th. We went in the city. We saw a Carole King musical, Beautiful, and it was pretty good. And to cap off the weekend, we went to Instant Replay Sports Bar. As you know, I like to go every Sunday in Huntington. Mm-hmm. And my girlfriend actually played DraftKings. This wasn't her first time. This was probably about her second or third time. And she actually got third place out of 18 people, and she was the only girl. So
see, ladies know football too. That's all that shows, that ladies know it just as much as us guys.
That is very true. Cam might disagree, Cam Newton, but who knows? But
Cam, yeah, that's true.
To be honest, I wish that DraftKings let you include the Monday night game, because if I had Carson Wentz, I probably would have beaten
You guys
her.
see, this is really bothering him. It's bothering him that she beat you.
A little bit. You know what? But I'm very happy for her, and I was proud of her. And honestly, this is only her third, fourth week playing, and she placed in the money. And I've been watching since I was 5-6 years old, football. And she's been watching for a few years, but now finally I twisted her arm and she's been in there. So
well, hopefully no one listened to any of our picks from this last week.
Oh yeah, right.
that was pretty disastrous.
Well, Chris Ivory wasn't bad. I had him in Kamara, so not horrible, but yeah.
But see, the problem when you're picking guys before the weekend, and then they wind up not playing at all. It's kind of hard to give advice on that. I could have changed it on the Facebook page.
Who did you pick again?
Willie Snead was one of them, and he wound up not playing.
But I like him.
I like him too. I liked him. I had him last year in a couple of teams, and I liked him. So
you like his hair? Is that what it is?
His hair is him and Beckham have the blonde.
Yeah.
Going.
And Landry had it for a little while too.
That's true. Well, it's the LSU.
Yeah, I guess. Is Willie Snead? He's not from LSU.
No, but Landry and Beckham.
Yeah, no, definitely. So. But yeah, so last night, Carson Wentz, he was unbelievable, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like prior to the season, I told my buddy Joe Blumenthal, if he's watching, hope he is, that I thought the Eagles would win that division. And for people that know me, they know that I was raised actually a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
But I'm a big Jets fan.
That's a sore point with me, but continue.
My Uncle Bob, he worked for Grumman, moved to Florida. He was the one that got me into football. He was a big Cowboys fan.
Okay.
And also, I'm 10 years old, 94. The Cowboys start doing well, so you can. Yeah. It makes sense.
Right.
But anyway, in the beginning of the season, I told him I thought if Wentz took the next step, and especially with Alshon there now and Blunt, that they would be that team. And listen, he looks phenomenal.
Yeah, I remember everyone complaining about how much they gave up to get him. And they look kind of silly now. Everyone looks kind of silly now saying that he has. I remember watching him last year, and he started out well as a rookie. I remember his first 7 games didn't throw a pick.
Yep. He
was real solid. Then he had that one game where he did. He threw 3 in one game, and I was like, maybe they figured him out. But no, man, I don't know. This year he's been incredible. MVP so far.
Really?
I would say so.
You're going that far?
Yes, I would say right now they're the best team in football. They're 6-1.
Well, don't give away everything yet, because we got 1 week for your midseason prediction.
That's true. That's true.
But
that's a little tease right there.
A little bit. A little
tease.
But I do think he is at that level. He's up there for MVP. Alex Smith would probably be up there for me too. But that team, it's an interesting team. You can't really give him it if you're not giving Hunt it. And
right. Yes.
But we'll talk about that later.
We
next
could
week.
talk about Alex Smith another time because we've had discussions off air about Alex Smith.
So yeah. Well, actually, yeah. I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, no, not right.
But bottom line is, crazy game last night in terms of Wentz, and that one play actually that I thought it would get blown dead, but then he escapes and he runs up the middle for 30 yards.
I didn't see him, and then he just shoots out. Like you didn't see him for a little while, and then he just shoots. And he's a big guy, so I'm like, how did I lose him? But that just tells you how big linemen are.
You heard his new nickname's like the Dutchman or something like that?
Is it? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's all, well, apparently over the last 2-3 days it's been all over Facebook, so that's his new, that's it now, so refer to him as the Dutchman and nothing else.
But locally, things weren't good this past weekend.
Yeah.
For neither New York team. So the Jets, in typical fashion now, they seem to blow 14-point leads every week. Against the Patriots, I can understand. That's Tom Brady's, the Patriots. I can kind of accept it a little more. Then against the Dolphins with not Jay Cutler, who was playing okay before he got hurt. He wasn't terrible. He was playing all right. But Matt Moore.
The Messiah, Matt
Of
Moore.
course. This dude. Man, he had his, if he did his career reel just from playing the Jets, he'd be a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I know. It's insane how many times I think it's been 2 or 3 now to this point where the Jets have hurt their starter in the past few years, and he's come in and just tore us up.
Yep.
And then, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting picked up in a ton of leagues now because they think that he's the next great thing, right?
Yeah. Well, they're going to stick with him? They're going to stick with him?
I mean, I think they're going to have to until I think Cutler's hurt this week, right?
I didn't know how serious the injury was.
Yeah. Honestly, it's frustrating. I don't have to tell you that to be a Jets fan.
No, well, yeah. Just being a Jets fan alone is frustrating.
Yeah, it's insane.
For all the, man, like I'm older than you, so 31 years I've been for this
It doesn't
team.
hurt. It could be someone that literally just started. They know the pain already.
So basically the penalties. How many were there? 14, 12?
It was
like
insane, and in all honesty, yeah, I think that was. I mean,
Right?
there's no rhyme or reason why we should have committed that many penalties.
Well, it's been a problem all season.
I know.
And before this year, they're one of the cleanest teams. They're one of the teams that, under Bowles anyway, they've been one of the cleanest teams.
I think it has to do a little bit with discipline from lack of veterans. I know that seems a little crazy, but you take all that veteran, the Deckers, Marshall for whatever way you wanted to think about him, Mangold, all these different veterans.
Well, yeah, the offensive line stuff I kind of get because there's a couple of new guys there. It takes a while for a line to mesh. I mean, it's been, 7 weeks now, right? So it takes a while for a line to mesh usually. So when the penalty happens there, I don't get that crazy. But Buster Screen, holy crap.
Well, he's 5'9", so he's got a...
No excuses.
I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just giving a reason in my mind. He's 5'9". He gets overmatched physically sometimes. He needs to hold guys, whatever it is. But going back to kind of what I was saying about the veterans, I mean, I'm not just saying on the field. I'm talking about in practice, like taking it serious. I think there might be some guys that are too young, so they don't take it as serious without that guy there in their position group to give them that push and say, hey, you know what, knock it off. Like, I'm not saying that they're not practicing hard because they obviously are, but I feel like it might just be affecting them on the field in terms of discipline. That's just what I mean. To wrap it up, that's what I feel like. So.
No, I mean that's a good point.
Yeah,
very much a good point.
Thanks.
But speaking of the young guys, Adams and May continue to look
amazing.
Yeah, they do.
No, I love it. I really
They
do.
Really do. Even Darren Lee's been looking good the past couple of weeks. I think he's coming around, starting to make plays, being around the ball. So I like the way he looks.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Darren Lee's come a long way since last year because he looked lost, and I think it also had to do with his size last year. He would get caught in blocks, and now I feel like he's figuring out how to kind of like run around and get
he's
around.
Using his speed.
Yeah,
I mean he's fast.
Well, it's not. He was always fast, right? But I just feel like that him getting stopped because there's guys in his way and him not knowing how to play the field, so to speak, was affecting him last year.
Right.
But you're seeing him now break out of his shell, and I'm loving it, the defensive side. Now, but the offensive side, that's another story, all right? I feel like I'm getting angry here because I'm a Jets fan. Look, 2 weeks ago we're here. They're 3-2. They're going to play the Patriots. They get screwed over on that call, which I don't want to get into. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
And their momentum changed, and they're still coming out and playing hard. But Now we're sitting here at 3-4, where we were 3-2 the last time we talked, and
Yeah.
it pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, everyone knows, and I've had discussions with people that this season to me is a throwaway year. I wouldn't, like I said, I'll never root against them, but if they lose, it's whatever. There's a lot of good quarterbacks coming out in this year's draft, and I want them to get one of them. Finally, they passed. I love Jamal Adams. We just talked about him, but they passed him Deshaun Watson, and how good does he look?
I don't
So
think.
you don't think what?
All right, let me make a
No,
point.
I know. Go ahead.
You know the point I'm going to make, but
Yes,
it's,
I know
but
what you're going to say.
It's situational. All right. Deshaun Watson would not be this good on the Jets. I'm sorry, he wouldn't be. He would be the same player, but first of all, I think his confidence would have been ruined by this point already. Second of all, we don't have an offensive-minded head coach, which they do.
That's true.
Third is they have Hopkins and they have Will Fuller, and even if you don't think that Forte and them are as horribly different than Miller and Foreman on the Texans, their defense is light years better than our defense.
Well, when it's healthy.
When it's healthy or when it's not, because Clowney is and
Yeah,
those
Clowney's-
guys are still
no,
good.
I mean, no,
Like,
it's a very good defense. I was saying.
Joseph, like all these. But what I'm saying is, to get to the main point is, if he's on the Jets, he doesn't have a Pro Bowl receiver, doesn't have a first-round receiver,
No.
doesn't have the.
Yeah, I mean, you can make the point that the talent, of course, talent always helps you, no matter who you are. I mean, look at Eli Manning, right? Talent always helps you. Whatever you want,
Does it?
talent. Oh, well, like with Eli now, he doesn't have anyone to throw to, right? He has Ingram, and Ingram is playing well,
I think Eli's actually.
but he's, when he has talented players, he's been better. I can go through his whole career because I've discussed this with many Giant fans, and most of my friends are Giant fans, so I discussed a lot of Eli Manning stuff with them. But when you're talking about Watson, I mean, 2 times in the national championship game in college, beat Alabama once, should have beaten them the second time. It wasn't his fault that they lost. And poised, good leader, all the things you want from a quarterback, he has those. So I think with the Jets, maybe he wouldn't be as good, but I think he'd still be good enough where you'd say, you know what, that was the right pick. We made the right choice.
We have $70 million in cap around, right? I'd rather buy Kirk Cousins or Drew Brees.
Wait, Drew Brees is not leaving New Orleans.
First of all,
no
Drew
matter what anyone
Brees.
says,
First
he's
of
not
all,
leaving New Orleans.
Sean Payton is a free agent as well as Drew Brees, and
Yeah.
they cannot franchise tag him. It's like in his contract he cannot be franchise tagged.
Yeah, no.
So I would love the Jets to go for him.
Right.
Now I think this week the Jets are going to have a problem with the Falcons.
Right.
I think the Falcons. I told you earlier, the medicine for any offense that's having issues or any team that's having issues is a big helping of the Jets, probably. They play hard, but let's face it, there's no one on the Jets that's going to man up against Julio Jones. All right?
No.
And then the running backs they have, I can go down the list, right? Falcons have been having a rough go the last few games, especially against the Patriots, what was that, on Sunday night, right? Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
I don't think the Jets are going to beat them, and now at this point, I'm not hoping they lose, but I just think that it's going to end up with my prediction of 6-10. I really do think.
No,
at the end of you don't
that's
think
too
so?
many wins.
You think it's too many? Okay.
I'm on 4-12. That's my I wanted.
You think one more win?
I hope one more win.
You hope? Okay, fair enough.
Again, I want the fan in me wants them to win every game they play.
Yeah.
But realistically, for the future, I need they have to have a top 5 pick this year.
Yeah, no, I completely.
That's how I feel about it.
I completely agree.
So that's the way I'm at.
But
That's
you
where
know
I'm
who's
at.
going to have a top 5 pick?
Oh.
The Giants.
Oh yes.
So
which was totally unexpected.
it
right?
was.
They were supposed to be. People had them winning division. So people.
I know they have the talent. They definitely do.
They
but
had the talent.
but they still do, in my mind. They don't have the
Defensively-
record now.
Defensively, they do. Defensively, they're talented.
I think offensively they're talented too, but they've been hit with. You're right. They've been hit with injuries, and it's. I like Sterling Shepard. I like Brandon Marshall. I like these guys, but they're all injured. So
Marshall's out, and then Beckham's out.
yeah.
So you don't. I mean, those were their top 2 receivers. Shepard was their slot guy, so now he has to move to the outside.
I don't think it matters in terms of offense until they get an O-line. I think that's the root
but
cause
that's part of talent. Like I said that they don't have talent in offense. You said you think they do, but
I think they have some guys that are talented on the O-line, just not on the outsides of it.
It was weird how the line played when they moved Pugh to tackle last week. They line looked really well against Denver. Like Denver, Von Miller didn't get up. Break it. And then this week he gets hurt, and
of course,
boom, once again.
That's
so
it.
I mean, I shouldn't say I feel bad for my Giant fan friends. I really don't, and that's a lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys.
Neither do I. So
I don't feel bad.
There you go.
But to have such high expectations and have this happen, like it's not like they're like 2-4 or they have 1 win.
I know.
So that's the part that I'm like, yeah, there's some of them are like,
But do you take an elite? Not to get too off track here, but if they got a top 5 pick, would you be taking a quarterback to follow up with Eli, or would you be taking an O-lineman that could be like your left tackle for the next 10 years?
They took that Webb kid, right?
Yeah, Davis Webb.
They took Davis Webb, right? So maybe they have to evaluate him, see how he's doing. It would be a lot easier if Eli would just go and say, hey, trade me to Jacksonville. Get what you can for me, and I want a chance.
Yeah, but why would Jacksonville even want? All right, so first of all, Eli, I'll tell you right now, probably top 5, top 3 clutchest quarterbacks of all time. And I personally think it's because he's a little dense and he doesn't really hit him. So that's why I think he's great. But in terms of regular season, over the last 3 seasons, he's had the most turnovers of any quarterback in the entire NFL.
Yeah.
All right? And he's had Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
He's had him. They need to get a run, either O-line, like go sign 2 free agents in O-line and get a running back, or they need to find a new quarterback.
What he doesn't like to do, and throughout his career, he doesn't like to give up on plays.
No.
So that's why he throws up a lot of balls sometimes, just
Yeah.
because he doesn't like to give up on a play. Which I mean, hey, I would take him as a Jets quarterback any day of the week.
Now, like this year, right now.
I mean, if we had him up until this point, we would be happy with.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So I mean, 2 Super Bowls, we would all take it. I just want to play in one. That's it.
We were close the first time they won. We were in the conference championship too, remember?
Well.
But I mean, if we would have had him. But either way, all right. So this past week, they got dominated on the second half. They got dominated, I should say, by the Seahawks offense.
Yeah.
There was a few things that that went against them, right? So the main thing was the simultaneous possession catch with Landon Collins and Paul Richardson.
Another week, another controversial call in football. But yeah, it was, they ruled that Richardson had made the catch. And if you look at it, if I saw the replay a few times, it really could have gone either way.
Well, it's funny that this happened because I don't know if you guys remember. I think it could have been last year or the year before.
I think it was a couple years. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Monday night game opening. I think it was opening night. I think
it might have been, or it was Thanksgiving, or something. A big game, right?
Yeah.
The Seahawks were playing the Lions, and something similarly happened with Golden Tate. And Golden Tate it was the same possession, same time, same thing as the Giants game, and they gave it to the receiver. So there was a precedent there, and I'm sure this has happened before.
Well, it's usually that's the rule. If usually that is the rule. If you can't decide which guy.
Can you think of another time besides that? No, right?
No. I mean, the only plays I always think of are the ones where there was ruled incomplete.
Yeah.
Like, the
because they're
Brian
fumbling.
catches or the Calvin Johnson
don't bring
catches.
that one up. The Calvin was the first one.
Right. So those are always the ones which to this day I still don't know what a catch is in the NFL.
Yeah, right?
No idea.
I think you texted me this past week. You're like, I don't even know.
Right. I have no idea what the catch is anymore.
So my firm belief is it was karma because it happened to the Seahawks. So then naturally in the next 2 years it's going to happen with the Giants. They're going to get a break in their favor, hopefully. Right?
Giant fans need one right now, which I didn't think I'd be saying at the beginning of the year, but Giant fans could use a break going their way.
Really? No, I think they definitely could. But you know what? Hopefully brighter times. If they do end up getting a top 5 pick, just to kind of go back to it, I think the quarterback would be the right choice and have Eli kind of play the Kurt Warner role and mentor him for a year and kind of just go from there.
Do you think they stick with McAdoo?
I think they kind of have to because, well, not to say they have to, but I do think they will because they're a very patient organization. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they should. Because I think you need to get rid of the old era and start anew if you're going to have a new quarterback. It could also be a year in waiting. I think they need to get rid of Jerry Reese. I think he's
probably.
I'm going to say I think he's trash garbage. Right? I really do. He's hit big on 2 or 3 guys.
Collins,
ODB,
right back
and was I don't think JPP
earlier
was him, was it?
No, I think it was. I think JPP was him.
But these are freak athletes, so it's like he just took a shot on an athlete. Like even to ODB, like he was definitely projected as a high pick.
He
Even
was
the
a top.
Jets,
He was
the
one of
Jets
top.
wanted him too.
Yeah, I remember trading up for him.
Yeah, remember that. So there's a lot of those things.
Nice.
But I still think he's overall not a good drafter.
No, especially recently. Like, recently there hasn't been, like, outside of Collins, and I can't think of anyone else. Beckham, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd they pick this year?
This year?
Yeah.
Last year they got Apple.
Right, who's been...
Apple's not bad, but he's a young guy. He's learning,
Corner's a tough position to play, so...
Yeah, I know. I feel like that it's just... It's kind of becoming like quarterback in the first round, corner, where you're just drafting them because you know you need them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like I still take a chance. I know that you mentioned Webb, but I still take a chance on getting a top guy.
I mean, if they have a shot at one of the elite guys, I think you have to make the move now. You don't know when you're going to... Right. You don't know when you're going to... This kind of a quarterback class is going to come around. And it's supposed to be a very good one.
Well, that's why I'm not too stressed about the Jets, because I think we'll get one.
Well, yeah, I mean, not every team in the top 5 is going to need... Cleveland's going to pick someone.
Another one, you think?
Yeah. Well, Kaiser was a second-round pick, so...
Oh, that's true.
And
He's like a Geno.
I'm a Notre Dame fan, so I saw plenty of Deshaun Kaiser in his career. And I knew he wasn't ready coming in, and now it's just being proven that he wasn't ready.
Well, I can tell you one thing.
What?
And this is 100% guaranteed. This is a guarantee for everyone out there.
Uh-oh.
The Giants will not lose this week.
That's true.
They are on a bye week.
They're on a bye.
They're not going to lose this
Giants
week.
fans get a week off. And that's what I thought. Again, that's what I thought I'd be saying.
Yeah, well,
year.
I mean, listen, it's...
Maybe I still will be.
It's interesting. It's been an interesting year, to say the least.
It has, yeah. The NFL, almost at the halfway point. It's been an interesting year so far.
And next week, not only will it be Halloween, which will be interesting,
Halloween.
but it will also be, like you said, the midway point. So we'll be doing our predictions for MVP.
We'll be doing our NFL midseason awards.
Yep.
We'll be doing that.
And we will be doing our picks, fantasy picks, but we'll be putting them on our page. So make sure you guys follow it and share it.
Yeah, I'm going to tweet them out too. So again, if you're on Twitter, it's at the Man Up Show. And you can hit me there, and I'll tweet them out so everyone could
You're
read
going
them.
to tweet?
I'm going to tweet.
Tweet.
You need to get on Twitter.
I know, I'm not on Twitter, but we have our own account now.
Yes,
so
we do. I gave you the information.
I am there. I'm there. I have a presence.
So it's cool.
But make sure, listen, if you guys ever want to call in, including right now, it's 516-945-9099.
Yes, sir.
So feel free to give us a call in and talk about anything you want. Sports related, hopefully.
Yeah, this week was definitely sports related.
So the...
Switching gears.
Yeah, switching gears. Yankees.
Yeah.
I know. I'm still upset about it.
This is part of the lost New York weekend, right? The lost sports weekend in New York.
Oh, my God. It's been a horrible
Nothing
week.
good happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Yankees lost, obviously, now that we know, to the Houston Astros. And I have to say, seeing everything that's happened in Houston with the hurricane and the flooding, if we had to lose, I'm glad we lost to them. The city could probably use a big boost right now. So
Didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it's a very good, not that they lost, but it's good that I lost to a team that at least I can say, okay, root for. I know someone who lives in that area too, a couple of people. So
it galvanizes everyone.
Right. Kind of like the Yankees run did in 2001.
Yeah.
For
that home run by Piazza.
Right. The
Remember
home run
that?
by Piazza from the Mets. Yeah. So kind of like those moments. Anytime something bad happens to an area, sports has a kind of a way of healing.
Even that Saints home game. Remember that?
Yeah, that's true.
That was crazy.
Too.
There's
After
a lot
Katrina.
of, unfortunately, bad moments that make good moments in sports.
Yeah.
Right?
So.
But yeah, I mean, listen, it's kind of crazy that the difference in home field advantage, like it was an insane advantage.
Right, in baseball, which is something I'm usually like, how much a pitcher's throwing the ball to a batter, how much can a fan impact that? It's not like in basketball where you have control of the ball if you're on offense and you shoot a jump shot and maybe you get the adrenaline going.
Yeah.
I never understood how home field in baseball really had that much of a sway, but it really did in this series. The home team won every game.
And even some of the Houston players, when they left New York, said that to the media. And generally, they would never say that.
Yeah, they were saying, thank God we had home field advantage
for real
in this series.
They were like, well, you know what, we're going to one-up you, and that's actually what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
But
it was nuts. It it was, you know what? It was a fun ride. I'll definitely say that for
sure.
We did not expect this. No Yankee fan expected to make the ALCS this year. Nobody. I don't care. You could be the most diehard Yankee fan. You did not expect this team to go this far. And in the playoffs, you got great performances by CeCe, even though the last game he didn't pitch so well.
Yeah.
Tanaka was incredible. Like, you got tremendous performances from the guys you needed to step up. Again, we talked about the home and away. It's crazy that the Yankees at home, Judge and Sanchez, I forget their average was like 3-something.
The split was crazy.
Yeah, and then away it was like 0-something. Like, it was ridiculous how the difference there. It was nuts. But, the season ended. It was a happy feeling for a while. Ended on a bad note. So where do we have to go somewhere now? Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is this is going to most likely be the worst Yankee team we're going to see over the next 5-6 years.
Well, we'd hope.
We would hope. I mean, but think about it. There's going to be a lot of money coming off the payroll. We know there's Bryce Harper. There's all these other people that are going to be out there.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting few years. But we also have Gleyber Torres, who's probably the best prospect in all of baseball.
Right.
And Clint Frazier we still have.
Yep.
That ginger, no soul.
Yeah, we got a little taste of him though this year. Like, we got a little bit of what he could do. He's an
Imagine that
player.
for an outfield, by the way.
I know.
Clint Frazier, Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper.
I know. Well,
I'm just saying. Imagine. You can imagine.
the Harper thing. He's gonna cost so much money. I don't know if I want them to get him. I'm not gonna say that he's not worth it. He's a great player, but they have a lot of other decisions to make too, though. I mean, Dylan Betances is. What are you gonna do with him?
I'd keep him. I think he's an elite arm, and unless you can, it depends on how much.
His problems were definitely more mental, I think, going down the stretch, because he like crapped the bed. He was.
But the talent's still there, and he's still very young. So
he was an all-star this year.
Well, it's a new season, so.
But I'm saying you don't just give up on somebody like that.
No, it's impossible to do that, and I feel like. Sorry, go ahead.
Will Tanaka opt out? If he does, do you pay him to stay? After the playoffs, you would be crazy not to.
He would be crazy if he opted out for the money that he's not going to get that money.
I don't know.
You think he's gonna?
I don't know. What have you done for me lately, right? And in the playoffs, he was.
But why wouldn't
incredible.
Why would you opt out of 3 more guaranteed years of?
I'm not saying, but
fair enough.
Don't forget, he has an agent. Agents get paid on every new contract, so.
Maybe it'll.
If the agent says to him, well, I can get you blah blah blah, he might say, okay, let's go.
So you're saying the agent's going to be in his ear like a devil, and he's going to be like, hey, you should do this, even though the other guy's like, keep your money. All agents are like that. All agents want to get their money. Yeah.
Scott Boras, is Boras his agent? I hope not.
I don't know. Who knows? He's everyone's agent. Or
I know,
Drew
right?
Rosenhaus, one or the other, right?
Well, he's football.
Yeah. Well, either way, I mean, it's just or Jay-Z. I don't even know.
And then you have
if he does
CeCe too. What do you do with CeCe?
I want him back.
1 year left, right? He has 1 year left, I think, on his contract. Well, he might retire. He said he might not come back.
You're very.
So if he doesn't come back, then you have to replace him.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot of decisions to make. Like I said, the future's bright, but especially between Bird, like you mentioned, Torres and Frazier.
Oh yeah.
You have obviously Judge and Sanchez. The future's very bright, right? Yeah, Severino. Who else looked good this year that they have? Didi Gregorius is going to be here for a while.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you have these guys that are going to be here for a while as a nice core as position players. The pitching staff, though, is going to be where they're going to have to address, I think. That's going to be...
Well, yeah, I mean, like Severino, like I said, he's going to be the ace for a while.
Right. You would
Gray
assume.
is not that old.
No, Gray's not that old.
And then, they'll figure it out.
Well, they always do. I mean, that's one good thing about being a Yankee fan. You know if there's a guy they want, they're going to do whatever they can to.
I don't want them to pay for a big price arm, though. So. I really don't. I don't think anyone... is worth it necessarily right now.
Like the contract they gave Sabathia, the first one.
Yeah, that
was a long contract. I
think they learned from it.
Yeah, usually do.
And the A-Rod contract.
Arm's kind of he's position player, so.
But still, for that,
like Harper might get something like that.
He might get $400 million.
Which is ridiculous.
Is it though?
Close to $500 million.
That's 10 years.
No, I'm sorry. I like him, but last year he didn't have a great year. This year he had a good year. Last year was kind of. So.
And the year before he was.
Well, yeah, year before that was his breakout year.
Yeah.
So no, he's an incredible player. Don't get me wrong. If they have a chance to get him and they do, I'm not going to be mad.
Okay.
I don't know if they need him. That's the point. I don't know if
Do the Yankees ever need, like, think about the mid-'90s to,
no.
early 2000s. They didn't need anything
Those
per se.
'90s teams, they
Do
kept
the Warriors need Kevin Durant? No, but it's just going to happen.
He chose to go there.
Yeah, but Bryce Harper's technically choosing to go where he goes, too.
Yeah, well, Harper's also a Yankee fan. He grew up a Yankee fan, so he might.
So is Mike Trout, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine.
Is
Could you imagine that happening?
No, stop.
Come on.
See, this is why.
This is what these shows are about.
No, this is why people hate Yankee fans, though. The way you're talking, that's why they hate.
Well, hate away because everything we have right now is homegrown. So there you go.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Besides Gleyber Torres. And
so why do you
Clint Frazier.
need? So why do you need a Bryce Harper?
Because we need to be able to trade those homegrown pieces to get other things in terms of pitching, I think.
Well, yeah.
So that's why.
I mean, it's not bad to have assets.
No.
It's always good to have assets. And
I also heard they were going to potentially. I know he just got Tommy John surgery, so it'd be 2 years away. But I heard they were potentially looking to trade Clint Frazier for Urias, the guy and he's only 20 or 21, right? He's really young.
We're gonna have to see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. But Girardi, that's the other big thing.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the
big thing.
Yeah, right. It's kind of the elephant in the room. What's he gonna do? Is he
Yeah.
gonna retire? Is he gonna come back? I'm a fan. I like Joe Girardi. I'm one of the few. I don't know how you feel, but I
like him.
Sometimes I think he manages a little too much by the book. Sometimes I like a guy who goes a little bit more gut feel, but his record here is incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
he's been.
I feel like we talked about it a little 2 weeks ago about Girardi and
Right.
kind of preliminarily to this series, or
Yeah.
even no, actually, sorry, it was still the other series.
Yeah, it was.
And CC did step up, but in
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah, see.
So let's not have too short of memory, right? He was great for us. I think he's going to move on.
Yeah.
But listen, who are we going to get to? There's not like there's like an it guy out there anymore. Like it's guys that are smart with numbers and that will stick to what the front office wants.
That's what he is.
Yeah.
Like, he's good with numbers. He, that's what I said. He doesn't manage really by gut.
I would love to get a former player though in there that will, toe the line, so to speak.
Oh, you can't have Mattingly, right?
We don't want Mattingly.
I do.
He hasn't done anything.
I don't care. That's the guy I liked as a kid.
He's
up.
with Jeter, so.
I'm a Don Mattingly guy, and that's it. I don't care what anyone says.
Well,
if we could get him, I'd be fine with it.
as a player, yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be upset with it, but I don't think it's a smart move. I just don't. I think we'll see what happens. But
Respect your elders right now.
fair enough. I don't even know what to say to that. That's a rare occasion in itself.
But speaking of managerial changes, the Mets hired Indians pitching coach Mickey Callahan.
I love that his first name's Mickey.
I know,
don't
right?
Know why.
That's great. It really is.
It makes me happy. Think of Mickey Mantle and Mickey Mouse. But yeah, I mean, they actually went a whole different direction because Terry Collins is an old school manager where he's a little bit more strict and whatever. He did revise his ways similar to Tom Coughlin. I know it's a different sport, but he's more loose and they did play well under him. But they hired the Cleveland Indians pitching coach and he's been sitting next to Terry Francona, for about 5 years, directly next to him. So he knows how to manage. Their staff was probably the second or third best, or maybe even the best in the majors. They were amazing, the Indians, for a while there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
with Kluber and
22
Bauer.
straight wins that they have?
And Bauer at the end, I think he went 9-1 or something the second half.
Yeah.
So they listen. If they can get Harvey and even Matt's on the right track again here, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with if they can.
I don't know. I mean,
if they can get another batter too.
I think Matt Harvey needs to go just because.
Why wouldn't you try to fix it though?
No, I agree. I mean, if the talent is still there, you definitely want to see what you have going forward. But just the way he is and how he's kind of burned some bridges.
I think he checked himself though.
If I were the Mets, I'd be like, you know what? Go. Let's do something with you.
Let's trade him to the Yankees. I'm in.
See, there you go again.
Yeah, but we'll keep
again. Immediately you say the Yankees.
No, but honestly, it would be a good fit for what we need.
No, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna trade him to the Red Sox, and he's gonna refine his groove. And just because you said that, and I'm gonna call you and say, Matt, that's why that happened.
And since you brought up the Red Sox, Alex Cora is their new manager. So I'm not trying to get off track, but that's another big hire in the local area.
Yes.
So, and I know there's a lot of
and a direct rival of the
Yankees.
of
Red Sox out there, Red Sox fans.
That's true.
And they, there's a big change there too. So a lot of things happen in this area, and Like I said, I think it's a smart hire for the Mets, and I think they're only paying him like $750,000 for the year. So, unlike Girardi or the new Yankees managers at $5 million.
Yeah, right.
We all know the Mets are very, let's just say, fiscal.
Well, just really quickly, you brought up Terry Collins and how he found out that he was getting fired.
I didn't hear about this. I didn't, I swear.
It was kind of back channels. He knew, like the Mets did it. I forget what they did. They did a couple of things where he kind of knew, okay, I'm getting fired now.
Like his access to
something.
And
and it's just typical them. Like they're like the Jets. They just step on their own feet constantly. And like I said, the teams I root for are the Yankees, the Jets, the Knicks, and the Islanders. Thank God my dad was a Yankee fan because it's the only team I root for that wins anything.
Well,
so
that's not fair, though.
Huh?
When you were a kid, the Islanders.
Well, no, the Islanders, yes. When I was a kid, that's why I liked the Islanders because they won when I was. But
I like the Cowboys.
The last time they won, I was like 6 or 7 years old. That's a long time.
That is a long time.
I could have changed since that. No, I would never do that.
Well, you brought up another team there, the Knicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Knicks. I mean, I feel like, and they have the same color as the Mets and the Islanders, so that's why they share a common fate. Yeah, that's what I always thought.
Those are New York colors. So.
But why do you think the Knicks' fate this season will be different from the Mets? Do you think that?
No, no, I don't. And you had the whole Carmelo Anthony situation, right? So they got rid of him at the right time, maybe even a year late. Personally, anyone who knows me, any of my Knicks fan friends who know me knows I didn't want them to re-sign him a few years ago. I said, let him go to Chicago. Don't want him back.
I didn't want him either.
And I'm a fan of his. I've always liked his game. I like guys who are skilled offensive players. He's very skilled, can take you inside, take you outside. So I've always been a fan of his. I didn't think a lot of the things people said about him I thought were a bit strong when he was here. But they had to move on from him, right? So they're doing that now, and this is what happens when you get rid of a superstar player. They're finally committing to say, okay, we're going to rebuild the franchise. Rebuild it around, obviously, Porzingis, who through the first 2 games has been incredible.
He's amazing.
Guy. I always liked him too. Again, a lot of my Knicks fan friends will tell you, if you speak to them, I was on board with him from the beginning. I did not want any of the other guys. Didn't want Justice Winslow. I didn't want...
you didn't want Towns
Willie
if we got him?
Well, he was gone. By the time we had the 4th pick, I didn't have a choice for
You didn't
Towns.
want Moutier?
No, I did not want Moutier. I was never a fan of his because I saw enough footage of him where I knew his jump shot was going to be a problem. And it still is a problem. A few years later, it's still an issue. So I was never a fan of Emmanuel Moutier's. As soon as I saw this kid work out, and then I watched some of his games in Spain, I said, that's the guy they should pick. I don't care what happens. Go for the home run. Yeah, it could have been a huge bust. He could have, European players, it's hit or miss, especially the Knicks' history with European players.
Frederick Weiss,
yeah,
getting
Weiss.
Posterized, never played for us?
Yeah.
Posterized by Vince Carter?
No, Frederick Weiss got violated on his forehead. Like, no man should ever want to get violated.
He got more intimate with Vince Carter than his wife has.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that, with that in mind, and some other players they've tried to bring along in the past who've been big overseas and haven't really panned out here, that Lampy kid.
Oh,
remember him?
But we traded him, I thought.
Yeah, but still, they drafted him. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick. They got him in the 2nd round for whatever reason, I forgot. And he didn't pan out for them.
But what about Nene? Because they did trade him, but he was good. So technically we got him.
Yeah, but no, he never played for the Knicks. They traded him on draft day.
I know.
Let's not talk about that's a long time ago.
Thing. Oh, yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Antonio McDyess, right?
Yeah, Antonio McDyess,
wow.
who then hurt his knee in the final preseason game where didn't even need to be playing. But hey, okay, now you're bringing up some old wounds.
Old memories to get you into the Knicks zone
but
here.
Porzingis, he's been incredible so far. I mean, 32 points a game, 9 rebounds, shooting 49%. I mean...
I think he's honestly, the amount of weight he put on in the offseason is impressive. And it might be even just natural weight because you got to remember, this guy's only...
He's 22, I think?
No, 21, I think. He could have turned 22 in the offseason?
Yeah.
22. That's insane. All right? That's 11 years younger than me. Right? He's got a long career here. A long career. And he needs to put on that weight to stay in, but I don't want him to put too much on. So that's a big deal because guys like Yao Ming and Shaq and stuff, I mean, these guys are the only ones that have comparable height that actually have long careers. There's maybe a few others in there because Shaq was 7'3" and Yao Ming was 7'5".
And even Ming had to retire early because of his foot problems.
But
when you're that size, foot problems seem to be an issue.
I think foot, knee, whatever
Brook Lopez.
is. Yeah.
Brook Lopez has had foot problems.
Well, that weight.
When you're a big guy. Well, the weight Porzingis put on seemed to be more functional than bulk. You know, like you could tell he's holding his position better in the paint. He's not getting pushed around.
Yeah.
He could take a hit a little bit better now.
He's got that glint in his eye.
Yeah, well, yeah, he has that look this year like, this is my team now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do what I got to do. But, yeah, like the play the other night, which he should have been at the line for, which they didn't call, which I was pissed about. At the end of the game, he got fouled but he still was strong enough. He could have completed the shot. So things like that, you notice, you're like, okay, the work he put in is panning out. And I said when they picked him, this guy has to hit for the Knicks because their pick situation was still a little murky at the time. I'm like, a little bit rough. He has to hit, and so far he has been. So we'll see how it goes going forward. The rest of the year, it's only been 2 games. They're playing right now as we speak.
Are they?
So, yeah, I don't know if the game started yet, but I know they play tonight.
Okay.
So we'll be seeing him.
And you know what? The thing is, back to the weight, I think that he kind of went a different route. Tim Duncan, later in his career, you kind of saw his whole body change because I loved Tim Duncan when he came out of Wake Forest. I was like a huge fan of him. And he changed his whole workout regimen to go more like yoga and stuff like that to build muscle, but also to keep his like joints fresh.
Right.
And that's the way that Kristaps has been training.
Yeah,
I've been reading about it.
And we saw all the videos. He was posting them all summer.
Exactly.
All his workout videos. Him and Melo with the hood.
Yeah. Whatever, man. I've actually seen him once or twice walking around New York City, but it's like
kind of hard to miss.
It's impossible to miss. He's like a skyscraper in a land of skyscrapers.
Huge dude.
But he's always got people around him and whatever. But anyway, I think they're trending the right direction, the Knicks. Even though they're probably not going to win too many games, I think about 30 this year. It could be anywhere between 20 and 30. I think he's going to be an all-star. There's not even a question if he stays healthy.
If he stays playing at this rate.
I also know that Hardaway has had a tough few games to start, but I think he's going to start clicking too.
No, I don't.
You don't?
I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of him before. And I know he went to Atlanta and they sent him down to the D League and he found himself again and started playing well last year and he ended the season strong. But so far from what I've seen in preseason and the first 2 games, he looks like the same Tim Hardaway Jr. that he was when he was here the first time. Chucks shots, comes out, has no conscience, and doesn't give you anything else. He doesn't rebound. He doesn't pass. He's just a shooter. He's not even a scorer. Well, no, I'll give him credit. He takes the ball to the hoop a little bit more than he did the first time. But I'm not a fan of this guy. I was mad at the contract. $71 million, you better be giving me something.
But $71 million is not that much money anymore.
No, it is.
No, but it is in terms of, monetarily. Okay, it's awesome. It's $71 million. No one's sneezing at that. But if you look at the percentage.
It's 6% of the cap.
Right now.
It's
not next year and not the year after that, though. That's what you have to think of. You have to be forward thinking in terms of like the cap increasing. And it's going to go up 10 or 15% each year. And it's going to decrease. So it's not really as much as you think. That's what I'm thinking.
My other friends have brought that up to me too. And you're right. It's not what it was a couple years ago.
For sure.
But still, when he's your big money signing, he was their only free agent that they signed, really, that anyone cared about. And again, it's 2 games. So there's plenty of time left. But they're not getting anything from him, really. They're not getting anything from Courtney Lee right now, who's been here. He's not giving them anything. The only players so far the only guys who I've noticed have given them something besides Porzingis is Cantor.
Yep.
They got in the Melo trade, who I've always been a fan of.
I like him too.
He can't defend for anything, but he's, again, skilled offensive player, can score down low. Big fan of Enes Cantor. And who's the other guy that I noticed the other night who played well? Sessions has been okay.
Beasley?
No.
I had to say it.
Wasn't that great? First shot he takes as a Knick, lands on someone's foot, and sprains his ankles out for the game.
That's it. That's the way it is.
I was like, but
Westbrook. He landed on Westbrook's foot. Yeah,
right. But at least he's a good quote. Like, at least Beasley's
fun.
fun.
For sure.
At least Beasley's
he thinks
fun
he's a top 5 player in the NBA. So
he's your best player's best player. That's what he said. Your best player's best player.
That's it. I love it.
He's nuts. But the one positive, the one improvement I have seen, and it's been sporadic, but it's been noticeable, is the defense. Like, they played really good defense the first half against both.
They don't have to worry about setting up for the offense now, I feel like. They're playing more naturally and they can focus.
But it's weird, but they're supposed to be running more, and they're supposed to try and push it more.
Yeah.
They just don't have the personnel for it. I know that's how Hornacek wants to play. That's how he played in Phoenix when he had Bledsoe, Isaiah Thomas, Brandon Knight. He had those 3 guards, but those are 3. Like, Isaiah Thomas and Bledsoe are 2 very good guards, and Brandon Knight was good at least for that year.
Yeah.
So you had those 3 guys, and you can run that style.
Didn't they have Dragic too?
Yeah, they had Dragic too. Yeah. So you can run that style with them.
Team.
Push the ball, take threes, kind of like the Warriors play, and they won 48 games.
Yeah.
But the Knicks don't have that personnel. They don't have good guards. Period.
Well,
they don't have good guards.
It's ironic you say Bledsoe because there's some trade talk today and yesterday about that.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
he's 28. He's on the block. He tweeted,
I don't
want to be here anymore. And he said that he explained to the Suns front office that he was actually in a hair salon with his girlfriend, and he said he didn't want to be here anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
And the record of his to defend him. Well, first of all, the Suns said we didn't believe you, and they just kicked him off the team, literally. So
yeah, told him to go home.
Yeah.
I did.
And to be fair, I was listening to Mike and Mike on ESPN radio this morning, and if you look at his history of tweets, they're very hard to, like, there's no context to any of them.
Right.
So, like, one of them thought that it was, he was telling the truth because look at the rest of his tweets. They make no sense. So, but anyway, so apparently the Knicks are one of the teams that are interested.
Yes.
And the Suns come back and they say they want Frank Ntilikina, who was our top 10 pick this year, and Willie Hernan-Gomez, who was probably the steal of the draft.
Yeah,
when he came out.
All-rookie team last year.
Second round.
Yeah.
Or Brogdon, actually, would probably have been the steal of the draft because he was the rookie of the year, right?
Yeah.
But either way, one of the steals. Now, he is kind of in Hornacek's doghouse, so I get that.
Because of defense.
And also, Bledsoe was on Hornacek's team, but Bledsoe's 28 years old. I don't want him. I'm sorry. He's going 28, 29, yeah, he'll be good. But I don't think he's the type of guy that we need. I think you keep Ntilikina and you just deal with the lumps and then you go and then you take it.
No,
or you get a different guy.
They're not. No, you don't. I'm not the biggest fan of Ntilikina's. I didn't like the pick when they made it. I still don't know what to make of the guy. Obviously, he doesn't play because he's hurt all the time.
He's 18 and he's
French and he's fragile.
Okay, fair enough.
That's kind of what I'm calling him right now, fragile French.
Okay.
That's
fair enough.
My nickname for him. But he's a young kid. They'd be silly to give up on him now without even really seeing him play.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hurt most of the preseason, and he's been hurt now. So, again, I'm not a fan. I haven't been a fan. I didn't want him.
Plus, you have to value that as a top 10 pick because that's what it was. It was literally
well,
that.
Definitely it. Right now, he's still on. He still holds the same weight. So
he's actually.
And I like Willie. I don't think he's a starter. A lot of Knicks fans are like, oh, he should start. I never thought he was a starter. He's more of a backup. Not a good rim protector for a big guy.
Definitely not.
Kind of has heavy feet.
It depends where you,
really
what
jump.
team if he's in.
But they have basically he's what Cantor is. They're basically the same player.
Yeah, I agree.
And Cantor's better.
Yep.
And
more seasoned, you could
right,
say.
And he's not that much older. He's only 25. I think Hernan-Gomez is 22 or 23. So you're thinking, really, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Cantor's under contract, big contract.
Yep.
So he's harder to move. So if the Knicks want to get better this year, they might have to trade Hernan-Gomez.
Both of them, though, I would not do.
No, you shouldn't give up on both.
Unless we're getting someone back like Marquise Chris, which I doubt they would trade. Or
no, unless we're getting someone back. For those two guys, you want someone who's
Dragon Bender. Do you know about him?
No, you want an all-star caliber player. If you're giving up both, they're probably Hernan-Gomez and Ntilikina are probably the Knicks' best assets.
Besides Porzingis.
Well, right. I don't include him in any conversation.
Well,
he's not. Yeah, let's not go there.
Okay.
I don't include him in any conversation because obviously he's here.
He's our guy.
He's the franchise guy.
Yep.
But those two guys are probably their best assets now. You have an unproven first-round pick, and you have a guy who made the All-Rookie team last year.
Yeah.
So you have two guys there who if you want to trade, those are the guys obviously teams are going to look for.
Yeah, for sure.
And Bledsoe, who I actually like as a player, he's athletic. He's a little injury prone, but he's athletic, good shooter, tough, can get to the basket. I like him as a player, but he's older.
That's the thing.
Right, 28 years old, and he's not the Knicks aren't in the position now where they could use someone like him.
Now, if they're talking Devin Booker,
well, yeah,
send them over. I'll give you more than that. They actually, I think they asked for the first next year too, or something.
Yeah, they did.
Which is insane.
Well, they just said a future first-round pick. They didn't
but
say when.
I'm not getting into that business again.
No. That's
Eddie
the
Curry
one thing.
situation.
Oh yeah. The one thing I'll give Mills credit for, because now Perry's the GM, but Mills was the guy. The one thing I'll give him credit for is he said from the beginning we're not trading first-round picks anymore.
Good.
So the fact that they're sticking to that is something that was only going to help the team, because God forbid did the Knicks made some terrible trades.
I agree.
When it comes to
you don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. I mean, I've lived it right here with you.
Yeah, right.
I would love for them to get back to the '90s Knicks. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be that kind of way, but in terms of that winning, I would love for the consistency to come back.
Right. Like a lot of people say that, and I'm like, well, you're never going to have that kind of defense.
No, you just can't do that anymore.
Right. You're not allowed. The game has changed.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you can get back to the point where every year the Knicks are in the conversation, that would be nice.
Mark my words, you're going to feel differently about Ntilikina by the end of the year.
I hope so.
He's got a 7-foot win. Defensively, he's I don't care if he comes out and he just gets enough playing time to average 2 steals a game, and 5 points and maybe like 6 assists. That's cool for me this year, or even 4 assists, like off the bench. That's cool. I'm good with that. Right. But listen, I mean, if he gets to the level where he's halfway serviceable, he's going to be an elite defender regardless.
Oh no, like his wingspan alone would make you think that he's going to be at least good on defense.
And he's also bulked up too. If you look,
I want to be proven wrong. Okay,
good.
I'm a Knicks fan, so I don't want him to be bad. But everything I saw, like all his European footage I saw, he didn't play in a great league. Number one, like Porzingis
he did not. You're right.
Porzingis was in the second best league in the world.
But his team did make the championship.
No, they did,
and he was the point guard.
Yeah, and I give him credit for coming to the draft and then flying back and playing. I mean, that's crazy. Like in 36 hours, he was in 2 different countries.
It's insane.
So yeah, no, he did
get hurt in that game though, didn't he? Isn't that the one that he got hurt in, so he couldn't play in the summer?
I think so. Yeah. No, but I like that about him. He definitely wants to be a good player. He says all the right things. I like his makeup. I just don't know if the talent matches the mind, I guess is the best way I can put it. And so we'll see what happens with him. If not, again, if it doesn't work out with him, hopefully this year they have if things stay going the way they are, they will have another early pick.
Yep.
And Luka Doncic, that's who I want.
Who?
Don't worry.
All right. Oh, is he that point guard?
Look up Luka Doncic.
Is it that point guard?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen him. He's nasty.
Yes, look him up.
I want Porter.
Yeah, Porter would be good too.
Porter would be like
no
Kevin Durant style.
No, I don't need him. Get
right.
Porzingis a point guard, a European point guard too. What?
Well, I would be. Well, first of all, I think you can get guys later in the second round for that. We did pick up one that's decent in the draft, and he's actually on the D League team, right?
Who, Yarmaraz?
Yeah, something like that.
Terrible.
He's not terrible. I've watched him play. All right, whatever. So before. The show's almost done, and I want to make sure that we make time for you to bring up an important thing.
Yes, I posted it on the page earlier today. A buddy of mine, his daughter has a rare form of cancer, and because of that, his wife can't work anymore. She has to be home to take the daughter to her treatment. She's 4 months old. If you go on the page now, you'll see her, little Savannah. She's a cute little girl, and. So his sister-in-law set up a GoFundMe page, which he wasn't too happy about at first, being a proud man and everything. You're kind of like, I don't want to,
Yeah, no, I get it. I don't want to take.
And him and his wife weren't sure that they wanted to go forward with this information, let it be public. But he finally relented and agreed. And so again, he's like, he said, I don't care if anyone donates or not. He's like, whoever does, that's fine, and we appreciate it. He said, but I really just want to share my story because they don't know many people who have gone through something like this with a child.
Yeah, that's super hard. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, so if anybody out there who's watching, or you checked the page and you saw it, if anyone has any information, knows anybody whose kid has gone through some kind of rare form of cancer, and you want to, we can link them up and maybe they can talk and see.
The support is the biggest thing there.
Give each other support. Just hit me up on the page. You can just put in the comment section. You can hit me up on my personal page. My name is linked to every post I put, so you guys can just shoot me a message there. And I'll link it up. I'm going to try and get Andrew on. I told him I want to have him on so he can kind of talk about it too. He's also a big sports fan, so we'd have a Islander fan too, so that'd be a hockey show.
Yeah, well, that's I might sit that one out, but
no, you can.
No, I'll be here, but I'll be in the corner, because I don't know much about it. But yeah, I mean, guys, listen, I can't even imagine having a kid with any type of disease. So any support you could give, we'd appreciate it. Eric will share the link again. I'll share it on my page. But listen, it's every not to switch subjects so quickly, but we'll be here every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you follow us and share Man Up. And listen, it was great to have you guys here.
Yeah, next week, again, Halloween. Maybe we'll dress up, maybe we won't. We're discussing that right now. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but if we do, obviously, come check us out again. Love having you. Have a good night.